What's up YouTube, Day here with Zephyr Wargames, bringing you a Flower Cardian deck profile. This deck is very cheap to build, and it's actually really fun, and it can be quite destructive, you know, throughout the game. So without further ado, we're going to crack straight into it. You play triple Flower Cardian with Pine. This is your only normal summon Flower Cardian card. If it's normal summoned, you draw one card, show it, and send it to the graveyard unless it's a Flower Cardian. Once per turn, if this is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you draw one card. The next card that came out in Raging Tempest, we play 3 of, is Flower Cardian Cherry Blossom with Curtain. So you have to, this can only be special summoned by its own effect. You reveal this card in your hand, draw one card, and if it's a Flower Cardian, you special summon this card. Otherwise, you send this and the revealed card to the graveyard. He's also the card is also a 1000 drop honest. So basically, during the battle, battling monster gains 1000 attack if you discard this card. Then we play triple Flower Cardian Willow. So the basic idea behind Cardians is you normal summon Pine and then you just start special summoning the rest of your cards. So while you control a level 10 or lower monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then once per turn, you target one Flower Cardian monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, draw one card. So it's quite a lot of rinse and repeat. Triple Flower Cardian with Butterfly. This is one of your 2 tuners, and basically again it cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special from your hand by treating one Flower Cardian monster you control except itself. If this card is special summoned, draw one card, and if you do, show it. Then if it's a Flower Cardian monster, you look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and place them all onto the top or the bottom of the deck in any order. Otherwise, send this card to the graveyard. If it's not a Flower Cardian revealed. When this card is used as synchro material, you can treat it and all other synchro materials as a level 2, so it helps you get into your big ones so much easier. Your other tuner we play is double Flower Cardian Willow with Calligrapher. So the reason we play 2 is because it's a lot harder to get out, so it cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by tributing a level 11 Flower Cardian monster, so it's very specific. It's not level 11 or lower, it has to be exactly a level 11, which is why you tribute this one. And as you can see, they always collect up. So this one is Flower Cardian Willow with Calligrapher, and this one is Flower Cardian Willow. So they basically go on top of each other, which is why it's a specific one-off tribute. So again, if this card is special summoned, you draw one card, show it, then special summon it if it's a Flower Cardian monster. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. If it's used as synchro material, all the rest of the monsters are treated as level 2s. We will then play double Flower Cardian Clover with Boar. This card is the exact same thing. You must first special summon from your hand by tributing one Flower Cardian monster except itself. If this card is special summon, draw one card. If it's a Flower Cardian, you get to pop one card on the field. Pop one monster on the field, sorry. And then its counterpart is double Flower Cardian Maple with Deer. Exact same effect, but except you pop a back row instead. We then play double Flower Cardian Zebra Grass. While you control level 7 or lower Flower Cardian monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can reveal any number of Flower Cardian monsters in your hand and shuffle them back into the deck, then draw the same number of cards. So it's just basically an Ignite reload for the Cardians. Double Flower Cardian Zebra Grass with Moon, so again, exact on top. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by tributing a level 8, so that's its exact counterpart. If it's special summoned, you draw one card, show it, then special summon it if it's a Flower Cardian monster, otherwise send it to the graveyard. Once per turn, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you draw one card. Straightforward on that one. Double Flower Cardian Polonia. So, while you control a level 11 or lower Flower Cardian monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, so it's exactly like a Willow. When this card is targeted for an attack, you negate the attack and end the battle phase, and then draw one card. So, if your opponent doesn't read this card properly, you're drawing, you're ending, it's, you know, awesome. Double Flower Cardian Polonia with Phoenix. Again, counterpart on top. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by tributing a level 12, which is his exact counterpart. If this card is special summoned, draw one card, and if you do, reveal it. If it's Flower Cardian, if it's a Flower Cardian monster, you get to special summon it. Once per turn, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you draw one card. Simple as that. And then rounding up the Flower Cardians, we play double Flower Cardian with Pine with Crane. So again, this is the exact counterpart for Pine. So if this card is special summon, so you have to tribute level 1 Flower Cardian. If this card is special summon, draw one card, show it, special summon it if it's a Flower Cardian, otherwise send it to the graveyard. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battles, you draw one card. So all the big ones, all the ones that go on top of each other are 2Ks, the rest are like 100. And then we finish it off with Fairy Tale, because if you do reveal a monster and this has to go to grave, it's not the end of the world. Fairy Tale is such a good card in the game at the moment in time, you know, you might as well play it. So as you can see, that is a huge chunk of our deck for monsters. It's a good 30 card chunk. So you want to be hoping you're drawing into Flower Cardians when you're using effects, which is why you play minimal back row. So next up we play Triple Allure of Darkness. All monsters are dark except Snow, so it helps to get you to your Pines and helps the consistency of the deck. Double Reincarnation. You target one Flower Cardian monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Then you can special summon one Flower Cardian monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So another one of Unbrick in your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard by Flower Cardian's monster effect, because you milled it, you excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add an excavated spell or trap card from your hand and place the remaining cards on top of the deck in any order. Double Super Koi Koi. So excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, special summon as many Flower Cardian monsters among them as possible, ignoring their summoning conditions, but their levels become 2 and they have their effects negated. Banish the remaining cards face down, and if you do, you lose 1,000 life points for each. You can banish this card from your graveyard and tribute one monster, special summon one Flower Cardian monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can only use once per turn. You can only activate one Koi Koi per turn. Double Flower Gathering. Special summon 4 Flower Cardian monsters with 100 attack and different names from your deck in attack position, but they have their effects negated. Also, they cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. You can only activate one Flower Gathering per turn. You cannot normal summon or special summon other monsters during the turn you activate this card, except Flower Cardian monsters. And then double Flower Stacking. Choose 3 Flower Cardian monsters with different names from your deck and place them on top of your deck in any order. During the main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you banish this card from the graveyard, then target one Flower Cardian monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You know, you can only activate once per turn. So as you can see, it's all about stacking your deck, getting the right draws, getting the plays off. And like I said, when they brick, they suck. Like, when they brick, they are tough to unbrick. But when they don't brick and they go off, they are scary as hell. Especially when they get into, they can get into Flower Cardian Light Flare. So 5k attack, 1 tuner, 4 non-tuners, very, very easy to do. Once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Awesome. If a Flower Cardian monster you control battles an opponent's monster, that opponent's monster has its effects negated during the battle phase. Oh, it's a natural out to Crystal Wing. If this face-up synchro summon card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, while in its owner's possession, you special summon one Flower Cardian synchro monster from your extra deck except itself. Which leads me on to this bad boy. So if you get rid of a 5k beater, you're then going to have to deal with a 3k beater that burns during your opponent's standby phase. So, your opponent cannot target Flower Cardian monsters you control with card effects. Also, those monsters cannot be destroyed by card effect. During your opponent's draw phase, if they draw a card or cards from their normal draw, inflict 1500 damage to your opponent. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, activate one of these effects. So you either skip your next draw phase, which sometimes you don't need to worry about, so it's absolutely fine, or this card has its effects negated. Now, if you line up with 2 of these guys, you're stacking and you're burning them for 3k every standby phase, which is disgusting. It's a 1 tuner and 3 non-tuners, so again, very, very easy to get out. And then finishing up the Flower Cardian synchros, you play triple Flower Cardian Boardfly, 1 tuner, 2 non-tuners. This is basically your Abyss Dweller of the deck. If a Flower Cardian monster you control attacks to the decision monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Once per turn, you can target one banished Flower Cardian monster from your. Once per turn, you can banish one Flower Cardian monster from your graveyard until the end of your opponent's next turn. Your opponent cannot activate effects or cards of cards in the graveyard. Also, they cannot special summon monsters from the graveyard. So, nice little lockdown there. And then we just play a standard little toolbox. So we play 2 level 3s, Levier and Phantom Knight of Breaksword. Levier can bring back your stuff off of the lore. Breaksword is just one of the best rank 3s there. Your rank 4 toolbox, your Castel, your Tornado Dragon and your Utopia package for those worst case scenarios. And finishing off with your 1 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. Because it's not too hard to get into, and the burn for game is absolutely awesome. So that is it. I'm sorry if I did speed through that. I just wanted to try, because this deck does take quite a lot of getting used to, getting your head around. And I just wanted to try and get as many of the effects in as I could possibly to show you what it is. So it is a 30 monster build. It's 41 card deck in total, 30 monsters and 11 spells. So very, very straightforward, very, very to the point. Incredibly cheap to pick up. Like I said, you can probably get the whole deck for a good 30 quid, and it's then when the extra deck becomes an issue. But you don't need to play Lightning, you don't need to play Tornado Dragon, you don't need to play Breaksword. Your main ones are your synchros. If you do want to play some XYZs, you can always put in different rank 3s and double up your Castel for Tornado Dragons and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.